Greetings to you. This is Brandon with Alliance Logistics. I hope this message finds you in great health and spirit this morning. I would like to discuss the topic of factoring today. What is a factoring company? A factoring company is a third-party commercial finance company that agrees with a business to finance all or some of its accounts receivables or invoices. There are two different types of factoring. One type is non-recourse factoring, and the next type is recourse factoring. Non-recourse factoring means that you as a company, as a business, has no responsibility to repay a debt if your customer does not pay the factoring company back in a timely manner. Usually that time frame is about 90 days. So if they renege on their responsibility to pay, you don't have to pay. Recourse factoring is a bit different. Recourse factoring requires you to pay if your customer does not pay the factoring company. In explaining those two, you can probably come to the conclusion that most of the financial industry is comprised of recourse factoring, which puts the responsibility back on the company if your customer does not pay. We're now going to talk about the advantages and disadvantages of using a factoring company. The number one advantage in my mind for using a factoring company is it allows for you to cash flow your business. It gives you instant access to cash to pay your customers, and which are who's moving your product from point A to point B. Secondly, it allows for you to have an idea of the strength, the financial strength of your customer. The factoring company will do an in-depth credit check to ensure that this particular company that you're using can repay its debt. So it gives you an idea of how strong financially your customer is, which is important. The disadvantage we're going to talk about today is, of course, the cost involved with factoring your invoices. There's 1.5% to 5% cost involved in factoring each and every invoice. So for newer companies, usually 5% you'll be paying on each invoice that you send through your factoring company. So this will absorb some of your profit. Next disadvantage we're going to discuss is you're going to have some issues where your customer is not going to want to deal with a factoring company. They would much rather just deal directly with you. So in conclusion, after we look at the advantages and disadvantages of using a factoring company, in my mind, factoring company is a good way to start. It is a short-term solution so that you can establish revenue to start to finance your own accounts receivables. It is not a long-term solution that you continue year after year after year. Thank you so much for listening. I hope this message was helpful. If you find it helpful, please like it and subscribe to our YouTube channel, or log on to our website, www.alliancelogistics.net. Sign up with us. There's also a blog that we do to provide other information about industry. Thank you so much. Have a great day, and thank you for listening.